Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into a Friday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast. Every single morning, we are here, BettingPros.com, YouTube for the video, wherever you get your audio podcasts, and we're always being brought to you by BetMGM, the sponsor offer above me on YouTube at $10 bet, $150. You enter that into your promo code when you sign up for a new account, not valid in Nevada, but valid anywhere else BetMGM operates, and you win $150 regardless if I win or lose. $10 bet, your own bet if you want, is $150. So good promo there. Jump on it if you need a new account and don't have one with BetMGM. Okay, so 2-1 last night, and we fall back down to 1-3 today. We get the Celtics right. So if I was going to get any bet on the night right, that's the bet I wanted to get right. Boston blows out Miami 1-1. The 10-1 ticket still is alive for Boston to win the whole darn thing. Boston versus Golden State is what we want. We're pulling for that for the NBA Finals. 1-1, that series heads to Boston. Boston is now favored by 5.5 points in Game 3, and the price has gone back to minus 180, which is what the price it was pre-flop, which is basically what we said going into it, that there was going to be a split, 1-1. That's what happened. Now, hockey was not our friend last night. Tampa Bay Lightning score a goal with 0.9 seconds to play in the game. Going to overtime, I thought Florida might have won the game. Nope. Two-time Cup champs do what two-time Cup champs do. Big play, big win. Florida's dead. I think that series is over. Tampa's going to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Who will they play? We'll get to that here in just 1 second. Carolina and the Rangers play later on tonight for their Game 2. It is Friday, so that means we got the parlay going today. I'm going to cheer for offense today with the Don't Bet Parlays parlay on a Friday. 3 bets, 6-1 return, potentially. We did hit this last week or the week before. I think it was last week, right? I think it was last week. We were so damn hot last week. I think we hit it last week, right? I can't remember. Everything's kind of rolling together, but it's been recent that we've hit the Don't Bet a parlay. I like this one too. I will play this myself. We'll get to that here in just 1 second for that. But before we do anything else, and I give you the picks for today, 2 in hockey and 1 in the NBA, let me tell you about our friends at Sleeper. Have you guys jumped in on this yet? Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform, millions of players. You might have a league on there already. Game-changing product. And now they've got a brand new over-under game where you can win with Sleeper. Super simple. You're going to use typical things, points and rebounds and hits in baseball. Choose the amount of money you want to enter into a contest. If you pick correctly, you could win anywhere from 2 times to 20 times your money with Sleeper. So stop what you're doing and download Sleeper now to play their new over-under game and have fun with your friends and make some money on your mobile phone. Join our listener group on Sleeper. It is sleeper.com/dailyjuice, and Sleeper will automatically match your first $100 deposit. Sleeper.com/dailyjuice. You'll get a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms for details. Okay, let's get into it here with the Don't Bet Parlay. All right, so I'm going to overs. It's been an under season. Friday night, let's cheer for some runs, all right? Cincinnati is the number 1 team in Major League Baseball to the over. 23-13-1. Cincinnati tonight is taking on the Toronto Blue Jays on the road. It's Castillo against Ryu. 8.5 is the total. We're going over. Over 8.5. Leg number 1. The Colorado Rockies are number 2 in Major League Baseball to the over. 21-15-1. We are betting the over. Mets and the Rockies. We're going over 10 runs for the Mets and the Rockies. Carrasco against Marquez. 10 runs at Coors. Not impossible. Let's get that. And then Washington and the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers are a top 10 team to the over. 18-17-3. The Nationals are okay. They're 17-19-3 to the over, but they've been giving up a lot of runs lately. This one, I don't feel great about this one, but it is juiced to the over. And so it's Washington at the Milwaukee Brewers for this one. It's Fried versus Lauer. We're going over 8 runs for a 3-leg plus 600. Don't bet parlays parlay. Okay. Over 8.5 Reds Jays, over 10 Mets Rockies, over 8 Nationals and the Brewers for the Don't Bet a Parlay parlay. Okay. 6-1 return on that bet. Let's get to bets that are official. Let's go to the NBA and let's talk about the Dallas Mavericks catching 6 points from the Golden State Warriors. So here's the interesting thing about this game. So the zigzag theory applies here, right? Boston played really poorly in the second half, and I think Dallas played just a whole bad game in game one. Boston bounced back in a really big way, and Boston won the game going away. Over hit again, by the way, in that game. So 2 overs in the first 2 games for Miami and Boston. For Dallas and Golden State, so here we are with the Warriors having a 28-18-2 ATS record at home, only covering 4 of the last 6 games. 4 of the last 10 games, however. 4 and 6 over the last 10 for the Warriors covering. 28-21 for Dallas, but they're 6-4 over the last 10 ATS. I'm going to subscribe to the zigzag theory here, okay? You guys might wind up getting some better prices. You might get 6.5, okay? The public's going to come in here and bet Golden State, thinking they're going to run away with it. But I'm not so sure on this, okay? If you go back and look at the way these teams have played in the past, Dallas tends to bounce back after getting beat. I mean, I know on the road at Phoenix, they lost by 7 and then lost by 20. People are referencing that, saying, well, heck, in the last round, they lost game 1 and then got killed in game 2. Well, they got killed in game 1. I think they bounce back. I think they hit more threes. I think they play hard. I don't know. I'm going to take Luka and company to have a bounce back game. I don't think this is going to be a walk in the park for the Warriors. I think they're going to have a tough series. I think Dallas is going to be around here. And I think Luka could have one of those crazy, insane games. I'm going to take the 6 points. You may get more. I'm going to take Dallas plus the 6. I lean towards the under here in this game. Again, I think this is an under series. Golden State at home is 28-18-2 to the under. 24-24-1. Dallas on the road to the under. 214 again is the total. It was the same total as last game closed at 216.5, I guess, but it started at 214.5 and it climbed. 214. I lean under in this game. I probably have a personal play on the under, but officially Dallas plus 6 against the Golden State Warriors. I think Golden State could win. I think it's a much better game. Dallas plus 6. I'm going to take on the zigzag theory. I'm going to take Dallas. Then let's talk about the totals here, okay? And, man, Colorado was just bad again. 3-1 loss, whatever it was, last night. I had them on the puck line. We went 1-3. I say that? 1-3 last night. Down a unit. Rangers, Hurricanes. Under 5.5. I think it's a low-scoring game. I think it's a low-scoring series. I think the Rangers are going to grind it. I think the Rangers could very well win this game 2-1, okay? I think this is a tight game. I think this is playoff hockey. How about that? We're betting under 5.5. Shop around and see what you can find from a point perspective, okay? Minus 115 right now is the best price I can see. That's what I grabbed. Under 5.5, minus 115. Hurricanes, I think Igor stands on his head again. Under 5.5, Rangers, Hurricanes. Betting an under in the playoffs. Yes, I am. But Edmonton and Calgary, I mean, give me a break. 6.5, minus 115. I mean, your head needs to be checked if you're betting an under in this series. Just bet the over. These teams aren't playing defense. Calgary can do whatever they want. They've scored 18 goals in the last 2 games against Edmonton at home. Edmonton scored 3 goals in that game. They scored 6 goals in game 1. They've scored 9 goals in the last 2 games. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? I mean, what are we doing here? 27 goals in 2 games between these 2 teams. I'm not betting the under. No, over 6.5 at minus 115 for Edmonton and Calgary tonight here for us tonight. All right. So the official plays: Dallas plus 6, half a unit. Under 5.5, Rangers, Hurricanes. Over 6.5, Edmonton, Calgary. All 3 for a half a unit. And the don't bet a parlay for Friday: over 8.5 runs, Reds, Jays. Over 10, Mets, Rockies. Over 8, Nationals and the Brewers. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Sports Talk Matt each and every morning. It's the Daily Juice Podcast, always being brought to you by BetMGM.